Hello, my name is Arthur. In the last couple of videos we got our preprocessor directives highlighting, and in this video we're really going to just do a scroll down the script so that the whole script has been shown. There's been a couple of minor changes. So when we were doing a function to highlight the preprocessor directives, we created a new function for getting the offset between two iters, and I mentioned at that time that that function was long overdue, and there's a number of places where that function should have got put in. So we'll actually just search for the function call, and let's do that whole word. Okay, whole word is not going to work out, so we'll just ignore that. And we'll go down the script so that it's been on the screen at least once in its entirety before we move forward. So moving forward, we'll be dealing with things like pasting into the document and highlighting brackets. Those are the two things I want to get done moving forward. So I'll try to use the highlighting of the search to point out where the function has been emplaced. We can see there where it's been, the formula has been replaced by the function call. And special. Our escape sequences. Single quotes. So in here in single quotes we were checking the offset between iters to determine if it was one kind of char or another. So that function calls replaced the variable, integer variable I called length. So that's been put into here a few times. And that's the end of that function. So the single line comment, these are smaller functions. And the multi-line comment. So we have number. It's still not quite working 100% in my opinion. Preprocessor. This was the last video and nothing's really changed in this one, because this is the first function that we wrote the offset function for, because it made more sense to put that than the entire calculation into a while statement. And this function's a bit longer for sitting all in one screen. Then we have the keyword search, which is pretty much the last search function. And then we have the two functions for doing the function calls while initializing the iters to the right scope. Yeah, maybe the way that this is done could be rethought so that it's a little bit less repetitive. And yeah, probably could be organized, maybe a function to determine what the scope should be to initialize, and then just make the function call before the function call for the initialization at the proper scope. Would probably thin down on the repetitive script here. So that's the entire script. In the next video, we'll probably be coming back to look at the clipboard and pasting into the document, because currently pasting into a document is not going to be able to tell what scope it should be able to search at. So if we took something like, oh, we want to copy this function out of this software into my app, my app is not going to know the scope that it needs to do a highlight search for. Yeah, if I pasted it in using Control V, it would search a couple of lines around the cursor, whereas if I pasted it in using the tool button or the menu option to paste, it wouldn't do any search at all. So yeah, that'll be in the next video. We'll try to figure that out, and until then, I hope this was useful. Take care.